Right, that test passed. I was just running some debug checks and it hits that highlights issue that I was looking at the other day. I think I should just solve that quickly, maybe. Using total commanders compare. Export format, I think. So I've done a solution on the other machine in this export formatted file with that. So I'm going to copy this export format onto this machine because I just want to I want to work on it on this machine instead of on that machine, right? Okay. Be right back. Just getting coffee. Yeah. So there's a bug that sometimes doubles up the highlights. And this should fix it, this change, I think. Right, let me just refresh my memory. So the old way, yeah, so the problem is we have overlapping highlights, right? It can be overlapping in various ways. So, yeah, and then co-repose if it is there. Okay, that's just a variable change. Yeah, so the negative one means highlight everything. So it just displays everything and says break. It says it shouldn't happen, but actually What I'm not going to do is correctly highlight multiple things. That's just, well, we could do it like that. That's another approach. That's another way to handle it, actually. If one inserted spans, it's a bit complicated. But yeah, it's not impossible to do it like that. Yeah, the point is, if we're done showing the whole string, then we're done. Alright. So let's say current position is there, then is then string current position, then minus current position. This is the thing causing the debug assert, because it ends up the wrong way around. You end up with a negative number, which becomes an unsigned int of 4 billion value, which causes problems in the string stuff, obviously. Anyway, right, so I just want to see if this makes sense. So now, yeah, then start again, then from n to the length of the highlight, output that, and then, yeah, done, and then n pos equals highlight pos plus len. Okay, so this highlight start pos. If n current position, and if it's equal, yeah, so if current position is less than start pos, is that right? So let's say these simple small things actually require a lot of thinking. Anyway, like you spend as much time thinking about a big complex problem that anyway, some stupid tiny little detail like this. So if the current position is 2, then it's pointing at C, right? And if C is supposed to be highlighted, then highlight start pos will be 2. So if it's equal, oh wait, That's already taken care of there, yeah. If it's less than start pos, if it's equal than start pos, don't do anything there. If it's less than, like, the start pos is 3, and we've done 2, so, alright. If current position, so we advance the current position to the highlight start position. Then if it's less than the highlight start position plus its length, then style begin, style end, and then output. It could be in the middle, remember? Current pos could be like 4. So it could either be equal or somewhere in the middle, or even, yeah, but not beyond, because that checks. Substring. Maximum of, so the current pos, highlight start pos. This isn't right, because if it's in the middle, the highlight start position is say 3. Let's say it's sitting at 4 or 5. Then it's because of some previous overlapping highlight. Oh, but it's fine, it doesn't matter, because if there was a previous overlapping highlight that pushed us into the middle of this one, then that part will have been highlighted anyway. So we start the highlight style, and then we say start at the I could just move highlight start pos. I could say if highlight start pos is less than current pos, move highlight start pos, but then I need to subtract the length for the equivalent amount. So the idea is the current position never goes backwards, and you only output text, either highlighted or not. And that'll be the highlight length minus so in the normal case, current pos will equal highlight start pos, and that will be 0. But if it's say 1 more, then it'll be like 4 minus 3, so the length will be minus 1, and it'll output 3. If it's 2 more, so the length is 4, 4 minus 3, 4 minus 1, 3. Yeah, so if the start pos is like 5, then 5 minus 3 is 2, and the length 4 minus 2 will be 2. G and the F and the G. Okay. For little things like this, I like to do a little thing. That's really helpful, like a little thing like that. Or on paper even. Anyway. But out S is the length to number of characters to output. Yeah, and then set this equal to the end of that. I did have this max. We don't want to go backwards. We can take away that comment. But that comment only applied actually. We can't go backwards. If yeah, the current is less than. If not, then it's already at least equal or beyond that. And then I should also check I guess like yeah um, it should probably check break out of here if the current pos is reached is valid on length. I'm not sure about it. Might be a bit slow to add that check. Might make things slower. Not sure. For the last unhighlighted piece, if there's any. Yeah, so I think it looks right. I've double checked it as best as I can. I don't think I can really. I could add a break over there. What I need to do is also do the same thing. There's two parts in the code where this thing appears. Right, anyway, but hearing things. Yeah, alright, yeah, never mind. Where's that chicken there? Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Why this has to do with the spell checking is the spell checker uses the highlight stuff. And now we're going to easily get the highlighting problems showing up if we don't fix these highlighting problems, because there'll be stuff highlighted all over the place. And the highlights combine, and there's other highlights like filter highlights. So all you need is one filter highlight showing together with the spell check highlight, and boom, you know. So this becomes a higher priority to fix. No highlights, just up with the string. That should be. Oh wait. We already checked that. What's going on here? Maybe a highlight. Oh. That should be inside there. Wait, what? It can be a highlight. This doesn't make sense. That part there. Oh. What? Something is not right there. Why can't the last bit just be... Oh, but there's this entity stuff. So not all highlights associated with this attribute, but only if highlights is enabled. But if highlights isn't enabled, then... Oh, so basically it should just show the whole string. If highlights is disabled, or AHL is empty. I'm sure this could be sped up with a go-to. Anyway, this you see that vector of highlights is not going to be fast to allocate. Just say this. I'm sure if MBA highlights is now. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Let's. So there's two parts of the code here that does. So in theory, we could break out of here if we reached the full string length, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. There's another part of this code. Wait, let's just get that back. Let's go to Shift-Alt-Enter, full screen mode. Oh, yeah, let's drop that. And I want to use split view. If you double click on split view, occasionally it's very useful, but most of the time you don't use it. But every now and then it's very useful. Split view. I've got the same file open in two views. So this highlight stuff, there's another part of the code that highlights also exactly the same concept, but for PC data instead of I thought it's in the same file. Where is it? So it's always how do you get out of split screen mode? You double click on the split. Maybe it's in another file. In which case the point is moot. What is going on? There's another part of the code that highlights PC data, but where the hell is it? Oh. This lighting makes me look a bit crazy. Anyway, I'm just going crazy. Right. MPA highlights. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, so this, basically the solution I did there must also be implemented here. Same solution. But then it is in the same file. we're not finding it because it uses K and as the loop and so on. And I just want to check we aren't accidentally, yeah. It's not there, it's not there. Yeah. We should just change this to K so that we're using, so it's the exact same story. AH clear. Okay, then find all highlights associated with this text. That might be slightly faster than checking size greater than 0. Although we're not optimizing here, so this is a minor change. I'm just changing this to the characters because it's I find it a little easier to understand what the hell's going on here if that variable name is can't we just reuse the same code? Surely. Output highlighted stuff. Anyway. If not, yeah, so if not empty, expand entities, begin chunks, characters equals 0. Loop if okay, style again. In theory this should never happen. No, it happens. Right, there's several things here, this as well. Add this break in case this happens, even though it shouldn't happen, but it does. Anyway. As you can tell, this highlighting code was not thought out as clearly as it should have been. Anyway, right, start again. Oh. That should also do that, surely. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Because if you have if your previous highlighted, say, the first 10 characters of a 20 string, and now you got one that highlights the whole thing, it must not, and that was the whole point. That's the doubling up bug. It must start at current pos always. I'm so nervous to change this because I have to change this in the next real release, and if I do something even slightly wrong, there could be very serious problems for users, and they might not report it. They might just be confused, or think they're confused, or think the software is broken badly. That's why I have to go over this really slowly. What could happen is things don't display that should, like they could be missing bits of text in the preview, or they won't lose text. I mean, just in the preview area, things might not show correctly. Okay, this can go, this temp. Then we need to have something like this. And we don't need to use DJ Max anymore, because, you know, we just do that, because we've done the if statement. To check, this one uses a WX string and the other one uses a standard W string. That's another subtle difference. Not subtle, but anyway. Alright. Okay. So if it's still less than, let's just do alt F8, 3. Okay. Mid. So this must start at that thing, and this becomes the length. Except that I must become a K. That's really difficult to read, but if you realize that that part's equal to that part, it becomes a bit more obvious. There's probably better ways to do this, but anyway, that'll do. Okay. So I think that should fix the highlights. I feel that's enough. Wow, it doesn't even compile. Well done. That really makes me question if what I'm doing. If I know what I'm doing here. Purpose HL. Did I type something wrong, or did Visual Studio eat something that it shouldn't have? Where does that HL come from? That really makes me nervous. I didn't put that there. Just read this again. I saw something about an eye. Oh, that's just a warning. It's got nothing to do with the change I just made. It's not connected at all. Okay, yeah, so that's odd. Why is the spell checking not working? Should be on. Checker. Scan for installed checkers. None. Nothing there in the log. Oh wait, there they are. Times checker. Yeah, it's just got a lot of installed. XML lang equals AF. There's no reason why the spell checking shouldn't be working here. It might not be displaying correctly, but it must work. Oh, it won't display correctly because of the highlight stuff I've just did now. Right, what the hell? French. So that's a highlight filter. That was part of the problem, was that if you have like on this file B and you create a new filter, or we have on, say for example, SPE, and you create a new filter, right? And then we go turn all of these on at once. That's part of the problem I just fixed, okay? It wasn't showing it correctly, now it shows it correctly, it looks correct. Actually, it's working really nicely now. But where's the spell checker? There's absolutely no reason why the spell checker shouldn't be working. Loaded checker. Spell. It is calling the spelling code. Okay, yeah, we got French. This is silly. It's spell checking the hidden XML lang field. Anyway, what can you do? Alright, well, there's stuff we can do, but right, term, string, empty. Why is it empty? Let's go to the next one. First page. Control F10. Subject. Control F10. Usage register. Control F10. Definition. Right, I want to check this definition. Huh? How can this be empty? Come on. Oh, because there's a bunch of entries. Okay, I want to delete all entries except just that one. Okay. Then put breakpoint here again. French. Oh, there's nothing in there. What? 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 Where's that bonsoir then if it's not in the French? Oh, I put it in the English. Oh, that's a whole different story. It is working, look. Ha! The French, the English isn't working. So why isn't the English working? But that's a separate question. But look at that, the French is working. English should be working. External language equals EN. Right, something bad just happened. Hello, why is it... What? Where's our cool stuff? Huh? App on exit, destroy checkers. Clean up a rabbit checker. Look, it's calling it twice. Clean up AR, 3 times. It should only ever allocate one. This does make no sense. But I see the I equals checkers dot begin, I not equals to checkers dot end. That's strange. Look, it calls destroy checker cleanup AR. But it doesn't call, it doesn't say done. It doesn't even say done. Destroy checkers, calling destroy checker, and then it doesn't show this log. Oh, look, we've deleted that. That's really bad. Wow. Yikes. We're busy referencing something we deleted there. Nasty. Nasty, 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 nasty. Right. Okay, that is almost certainly the reason that was crashing. But let's see. I'm trying to put a breakpoint here. just to make sure that it's behaving in some reasonable way. Okay. Size is 4. So there's 4 loaded spell checkers. This is very cool. But funnily enough, it hasn't loaded any English ones, which means that my fallback stuff isn't working properly. There's definitely English in there. So what I'll do is I think I'll cool off on releasing any official builds for a while and only release beta builds for a while unless there's critical fixes. That means those highlight changes that I'm nervous about will get a bit more testing before they get into official. If it's critical official releases, I can make a plan. So, clean away or delete, done. Yeah, okay. Voila, it looks perfect. Perfectly clean and wonderful and clear. Working nicely. Alright. So what is the problem? What is I worried about now? Something else. What was I doing? So I'm wondering why there's no English spell checker. Let's just check that log file. Maybe it is updater local tlTerm log.txt. Destroy checker. That doesn't look right, look at this. Calling destroy checker, clean up, done. Huh? Four checkers. Calling destroy checker. Destroy cleanup. Right. Volume display cleaner. I guess, wait, display checker. I think the destructor on the delete calls a display checker and probably just logs the same shit. So it probably has actually cleaned up. Yeah, so the destructor calls destroy checker. Yeah. As for the question, I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Nothing wrong there, it's working correctly. The question is, why is the English not working? Clean up, display checker, right. These are the changes I'm slightly nervous about. Why don't we just loop through this and do this in there? This part there, instead of... Oh, no, wait, because of the expand entity stuff. Yeah, this whole thing probably could be refactored. It's not the most important pressing thing in the whole world. Okay. Whatever, I'm gonna assume that's right. Okay. Don't do that. Anyway, I've checked the thing how many times. I've already, this is about the 4th time I'm checking it. Okay. Fixing display checker stuff. Log. It's not a critical fix in that there's no builds running off that. It's from the previous half an hour ago thing. And fix the containing doubled up data when highlighted in certain scenarios, and highlighted multiply when overlapping highlights the preview area. Okay. And crashiness, unsigned negative length. I'm not sure if it was actually crashy, but it was behaving effectively crashy. I had some debug mode asserts, and yeah, it's dodgy, so alright. Next, done the highlights. How long have we been streaming? 1 hour, 55 minutes, 5-minute break time. Right, okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. There will be some I'm going to just let these folks continue. Okay. I'm sorry if I could have a glass of coffee. Probably not. Right, I just had an idea, one or two ideas, thinking about how some of this stuff should work. So, one thought I had that is actually a good thought in that it saves me having to do anything right now. I've been wondering whether the Spellchecker should be on or off by default, or if it should remember the setting. And I've decided that since it's very new functionality, the best is that it's actually, for now, off by default, and you press a button to turn it on, and that it's not even going to remember that setting yet. And I'll tell you why that's a very good idea. Because if this stuff is crashy, if it causes crashes, and you have a toggle setting to turn it on, so the user toggles it on, and it remembers that setting, and it's crashy, the software crashes. And every time they run the software, it's going to crash. Run software, crash. Run software, crash. Because you'll have remembered the spell checkers are on. If the spell checker stuff, I don't know if it's going to be crashy. But I don't know if it's going to be crashy, but let's say on the chance it is. If it's off by default and it doesn't remember that setting, then they'll be able to at least run the software and carry on working and it won't crash. And then maybe later they'll try the spell checker again and it'll crash, and then they'll know there's the link. They'll say, okay, look, don't turn on the spell checker, and maybe send an email or something saying, hey, look, every time I enable spell checking it crashes. Right, so yeah, that's just what I'm thinking basically in that regard. And then I think when you turn it on, if it's not loaded yet, it should basically just load them on demand. So I think setup checkers for Dark Helper should just be called every time you toggle the setting on. If you know, because it should be really quick. If it's the second time you call this, I think. So it should be safe to do that. And that setting, so yeah, that setting, G Manager. Third of all, look, G Manager, that's a terrible name. I think it should at least be called Checker Manager. So we're also going to rename this thing. Okay, Checker Manager. Ew, what a horrible name. Anyway, Checker Manager. It's better than just Manager. Wow, Manager of what? It's like you get this massive application, and this is the manager. G Manager, come on. Massive application with hundreds of thousands of lines of code and hundreds of classes. What exactly? You just got a class in global thing called the manager. Anyway, the manager dot. Okay. What I'm looking for is the part in section preview here. This variable, preview spell check. So that, right. thoughts, DJ 3. To start with, going to have this off by default and not remember the setting. So this stuff as well, more like tested. Main reason, one big reason for that, once it's crashy, if the user turns it on crash, it crashes, and it's remembered the setting. Every time I open the document, it will crash. Okay. So don't yet remember setting, just in case. And at least they can run this up again. Just the wheel. Now this variable isn't new per se. This variable isn't new per se. There's an arrow for ECULD. Okay. So if we spell check, fixing no, call this after the setting actually changes. Yeah, and it should then what we need is a way for the user to turn the Spellchecker on. And I've decided that instead of, for now, that whole story of doing the toolbar, which is probably going to be not a 10-minute job, that's possibly a bit of a bigger job. So I don't want to immediately do it there. What I want to do, there's in the preview, there's a right-click menu, the green config menu. This one, bear with me. Oh yeah, oh no, not this one. Not boom, not area. No, that one. Let's go section preview. Here she is. Here it is. Preview config menu. So what I'm just going to do is, for now, add a new menu command here. So just to show you what this looks like in the actual build, this is in the preview area, which seems like a handy enough place for it. The tiny little spanner icon over there, you click on it, it pops down the settings menu. So I think here's a good place to just have it, something like disable or toggle on and off the Spellchecker. So it can be off by default. And if you're toggling it on for the first time, then you can just call that setup function. The timestamps, not sure where it would be, but probably something near the top, as it's something you'll want to access probably possibly a lot. Maybe even the first thing on the list. Okay. Other than that, we're going to have to probably just create an ID for it for now. I don't know what. Close. Start again. Okay. I'll go checking. Spelling checking. What? Okay, let's cheat and use that thing. And now, check item, it's a check item, and be on if GB previous spell check is on. That thing we can register a handler for. We may even be able to just throw it at the frame, I think. I'm not sure, let's check. Yeah, because look, we got other frame ones here. Like previous selected only, and I think they very simply just register only. You know what, we're gonna have to add this guy also. I can send it to one of the new generic ones on command. Okay. I think I'm going to cut my hair today off, shave it like really short, if I have time. One question I have to myself is, do we enable this on the Mac? That's the question. Probably not. Should we disable this on the Mac? I don't think this is going to work on the Mac. Unless my colleague happened to get it working already. I hope, and then I doubt it. Okay, that's the okay, so this should be the same as the HTML toolbar basically. But that I don't really this doesn't quite make sense to me. I think I have an idea where the setting should live, but roughly. Okay. We could low priority. I throw a word like low around in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so that must be called if you toggle the spell checkers, and then maybe just something to tell all the previews to refresh. But it must be all of them like this, yeah, basically. We should rather use events. I mean, this is a bit weird. But anyway. Something like this for now. will do for now. Section. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Okay. Doing a search on there for unspell. Okay, so we have a document and we say click this, spell check. What just happened? Nothing. Load checkers, done. Oh, that won't work for this document because there's no language tags. Yeah, let's open one that should at least somewhat work. Desktop. It's 1 inch. So much. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's probably not working because of the same reason the English wasn't working earlier. And I don't actually know what that reason is. I forgot about that. Because English isn't working. It's got something to do with that fallback stuff. It's supposed to hit yeah for English. And it's supposed to yeah, it's supposed to hit yeah. Let's put some water while it builds. This is not going to be as far as I wanted it to be, but it'll be usable. I've set a breakpoint here. I'm rebuilding in debug mode, so I can get it to the spot to see why it's not finding the English. Honestly, but lib and spell. Not on the Mac, so okay, let's try to figure out why. And then so the English isn't working. Mac must be disabled. Oh wow, look at that. Why is it logging so excessively? I'm glad. Yeah, I'm just glad I did not a corporate executive at Enterprise Brands right now. Enterprise Foods. So, yeah, there's a listeria outbreak in South Africa, apparently. And they traced it to a major food brand. I think hundreds of people have died. What am I looking for? The English fallback story. S fallback, en, installed checkers. So we don't have ENs, but we have ENAU. So in theory it should find the first ENA, it should find ENAU, right? Using this fallback. So it's installed lang equals I first. And string before first. AN is used for the yeah, of course I see the problem. This is why the English isn't working. That should be that. Okay, so the English should work now. But it's going to use Australian English. But that's easy to fix. You just set the right tag. Okay. I'll just test it though to make sure it does. Why was it looking there before I loaded the document? Huh? Alright. Interesting. Well, Australian English is probably quite similar to our English for these purposes. Yeah, interesting, it's working. That's very cool. Afrikaans shouldn't work, yeah, because we haven't put the Afrikaans one in the folder. But as soon as we copy in an Afrikaans one, then it should start working. This is very cool. We're getting somewhere. We're really getting somewhere. TLex I wonder if plugins and extensions are different. Anyway, I don't know. Tired of thinking about things like that. The first pick. Okay, now in theory, Afrikaans should work as well. This is actually so cool. Really cool. A lot of work though, I'm tired. I mean, okay, let's turn on spell check and voila, look at that. Because it's incorrectly highlighting those some of the things. That's really cool. I don't want to be funny, but that's super cool. That's insanely cool. It doesn't check that also because we don't have it. Also spell checker. which is hardly surprising because those languages are really complex agglutinating languages. Right. Oh yes, we gotta turn on this spellchecker. Okay. Now we need a better icon. I don't know what exactly. See what LibreOffice uses. AB question mark. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, AB with a little squiggly under it. Yeah, I want something like that. Let's see if we have something like that in the Tango desktop library. I have a lot to say about that comment. But I'm going to keep this to myself for now. Right. Okay, right. Tango gallery. Come on, where's the flippin' Tango gallery? Usually the first result is a big ass page full of huh? Tango icons, Google. Maybe this is, yes, I think this is what I'm looking for. Okay. I want something that suggests spell checking. Oh, there's nothing. Hmm. Let me check how you spell Spellchecker. Spell check. Is it 2 words or 1 word? I spelled it as 1, but I'm not sure if that's correct. That'll be funny if we spell Spellchecker wrong. No, not funny. Spellchecker wrong. Maybe they spell it as 1 word. Spell checking. And spell. Thing is, that's GPL, so I don't think we can use it. Oh. Somewhere on one of my machines, I've got a big folder full of icons that I extracted. I may have deleted them. Just got maybe icons and zip. Here we go. Let's see if we can find one for spelling. That's probably a good start. Oxygen. This might later change to do things that have nothing to do with spelling, and then the icon is going to be spelling. But this says ABC, so it's got something to do with language anyway. I guess we can just change it later. Nothing is set in stone. Some things are set in stone. But if something is in our Lua API, that's set in stone. That's fucking concrete. That'll be there 6,000 years from now. Why do we have a file called Afrikaans just floating around here? I'm testing. Tiny data, images, menu, spelling, right? And like, yeah, okay. Oh, and we need it's now the check option. So we need an on and an off. Allocate places in there. People whine about the US, but then, like, anyway. But I mean, it doesn't. Just because there's worse places, it doesn't mean you can't complain about the place you're in. That would be silly. I mean, of course you can complain. So that isn't what I'm saying. Yeah, but anyway. I think it should show that icon somewhere so that you can just see the spell checker is on. Because you've got no feedback that the spell checker is on. If there's there are no squiggles. I mean, if the squiggles are there, then yeah, you got feedback. But if there's no squiggles, then you don't exactly have. Okay, spelling. Preview, and I'm not going to make it a check item for now. What am I? I don't know. What happens if we don't give it a check image, or we just use the same image? Spelling on and off, spelling ng. Yeah, the other thing I need to fix, of course, is that for now, this is only Windows. Ah, damn, that's gonna, this file, like, oh no, like the whole damn thing's gonna need to be rebuilt. DJ, if you edit djconfig.h, everything has to be rebuilt. So now I have to wait. Anyway, I have to get off my ass anyway. Because I'm really thirsty. So I'll get something to drink while it's rebuilding. Windows. Okay. And you know what? I want to go back into release mode again. I don't like being in debug mode if I don't have to be. I don't feel right there. I want to be out there in the rough, wild release mode where it's dangerous. Not safe and cozy in the debugger that catches things. Making it sound badass. Basically, this gives us the first user interface to toggle the spell checking on and off. This menu item I've just added, as crude as simple as it is. Well, there was one that my colleague Malcolm did, but that's in the HTML toolbar, which is only enabled. Yeah, so it's a slightly longer story. I'm not saying this is the first ever. Malcolm did it first, but slightly longer story. Anyway, so still waiting for compile, so I'm going to check Tinder for matches that I never follow up on anyway. Who's got time for this shit, you know what I mean? I've got like 63 matches and I don't even do anything with them. I don't even meat market, the skill says. If you are not right, then swipe left. I'm not for random hookups. If a girl says she's not for hookups on Tinder, that's a big red flag. that that's normally like, I shouldn't say this. Anyway, that's normally like a woman who's in her late 20s and she's done 60,000 fucking hookups. And, you know, she's approaching the proverbial wall and she's tired of hookups, and that's why she writes in her Tinder profile, no hookups. But you can be sure she's only gonna, well, not sure, but there's a 50% chance she's just gonna carry on like she's always done, only doing hookups. I mean, you don't write no hookups unless you're getting tired of hookups, meaning you've had a lot of them. Or your biological clock is ticking and you want to find a nice guy to settle down. I'm not saying it's a fixed rule. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it's a fixed rule that it's some sort of red flag, but it does make me wonder, if I put it that way. Like, right, spell check. Also, that spelling not cringy. Oops, yeah. Data path, images, menu. Does it have to be on the menu? Can't we just put it in the base path? Why not? Yeah, like all the other things are. Like, options general is here. Why are these things here? And oh, that's a first part wrong. Why are these here? But some of them are in the menu. The menu ones are obviously menu. But this could be anywhere. Like, why does it need to be menu? Maybe I should undo that ad. And just put it there until, yeah, I don't know. Oops, not change that. I'm not sure. I can't remember the logic even. Anyway, but that's what images go there. Anyway, I'll just swap right unless all the questions put to. Okay. She's very cute and funny and weird. I like that one. But alright. Spell check. Oh, and there should be a separator there. Definitely. And I'm putting it at the top because I'm guessing going to be something someone might want to enable frequently. And if spell check is on, I think I'm going to put an icon here next to and you could actually, it could even be, why not just put it in there in the preview, always, and you turn it on and off. Just put it next to there, because I want it to be a toolbar item anyway. She gets a super like, even though there's one thing I don't like, right, is cheesy photos, travel photos where you're jumping in the air and the photo is taken like just as you're in midair. I find that really cheesy. But like every second girl has got travel photos as one of those photos in her profile. It's really weird. It's anyway. So Now that's spelling.png. Go in the preview itself with this menu. The preview can't do anything. It's basically in this preview config menu. This is so close to being a new feature. I love it. I really like adding new features to the software, especially if they're really useful potentially, like this. The only thing missing now, the only big thing missing is an easy way to install the extensions, and nobody will know how. So this is completely useless unless you explain to people how to install the spell checkers. They'll turn on spell checking and nothing will happen. So we got this wonderful, completely useless new feature. Yeah, it's over here. This thing basically. I think I wanted right there. I'm not sure if we should only show this if spell checking is on, or just show it always and show it as highlighted. Okay. App path, data images, spelling. I'm also not sure if the tmake files, tmake, do star.png in this folder, data images, yeah, star, tlTerm, data images star, database, data images star. Alright, those are then for the installers. Those tmake files are template files that we run through our own make file thing, tlmake. Turns into an nmake installer file. That's a cross-platform thing. Okay, it generates a DMG on the Mac. Apath S. No, that should be, yes, Apath S data images spelling. Like a file. Classical, and this can just be GB preview culture, selected, not selected. Okay. That can be not preview area, but something. Who's going to do this? I guess it is toggle spellchecker. For now it's preview area, so let's just do it there with the preview area stuff. So we'll spell checking. Oh, we don't have a control tooltip for this. Let's add one. Oh, wanted to, yeah, whatever. Okay, you can be, you're alright, you get like here to, maybe, not really, but maybe. Oh, yes, definitely. Okay. Bartender. That reminds me, I matched to this other bartender girl, I don't know. Anyway. Right, anyway. Section.cbp. Okay. Preview toggle spell checking. Toggle. Integrated. Spell checking. Integrated. Why is it integrated? Everything is integrated. It doesn't even mean anything. Yeah, toggle in preview. Spell checking preview area. Spell checking. I don't know. Real-time preview area. Requires appropriate spell checkers to be installed in your user plugins, extensions, and data. Okay. And this is going to be a really simple one to implement. So just to sig. What's that function? Raise. No, post event. Sig send event. Send event. It would be simple if I could ever remember this function's name. Every time I forget. And every time I go look for it in the bottom of the frame where it isn't anymore. I used this just, what, day before yesterday, literally. How can be... There it is, post UE command. Okay, that just posts as if like an event, a fake menu event to the frame, as if you toggle that sent that ID. Very simple and straightforward. It's the same as selecting the menu, but from when you click in the preview. This should all be genericized and just be one line. Should be some struct that describes the command and like one line. Say whatever. So oopsie, there's somehow either an extra indif there. I think this indif, those are the reader. Now we shouldn't have the unspell in reader. So config.h, I guess. But this is a bit weird because if we turn it off, yeah, I don't know. So there should actually be two settings. Not include unspell, but a setting from config.h for the application. Like hash if that this in, yeah, so not for reader. Yeah, I don't know. Should be something's gonna go wrong if we build reader now. Because I don't want reader beta, but reader doesn't build in beta mode. There's no beta reader. Is there? I can't even remember. Let's check. Signage. Reader. Yeah, there's no beta. There is a beta reader, but there's no link to it yet. So why do I keep uploading it every week? Wasting my time. Cookies. The reason every damn other site has to have a stupid accept cookie. Yeah, I ranted about that the other day. Let me not talk about it. Anyway. That's a spelling. So why are there two spanners? That's not even remotely not a spelling. Wait, this doesn't even go. What's going on, man? Stop now. Oh, I need to get this stuff done, man. Oh, that's why. That whole thing has been copied. There's two of them. Right. Copied it for that, and then I forgot I copied it there. Okay. That's still wrong. What's it doing up there? I think I know. That line at the top. The other one needs an align equals top for some odd reason. Probably because it's in a TD that's VLAN to top or something weird, I don't know. Anyway, the one's still wrong. What the hell are you doing? And it's not toggling either. Oh. What? Logical, select it. Hmm? Oh. Right, that's silly. That should always refresh if you invoke this. Yeah. What are you doing? Visual Studio. Stop. That makes no sense. Yeah. I guess it can live at the top. I don't care. I don't even care anymore. That fucking thing can live in. Button can be anywhere. I just want to go to bed. Nobody's gonna know I didn't put it on purpose on the top row there, right? Okay. There we go. See how logical that is. Nice. I'll just tell everyone I did it on purpose. Putting that thing at the top. So these classes are defined where preview, source, tlEx, data, preview. Right. That doesn't do much. Background border, padding, margin, border radius. Selected, not selected. There's nothing fancy about what it's doing that makes it go to the top. Like it doesn't go display inline, display block or anything weird like that. So maybe I've just nested something badly. Nobody will know I didn't put it on purpose there, right? It's a new toolbar. Okay, I think it's because there's slash, yeah, that's why. Slash TD, TD. These are all in TDs, every one. And that just floats outside the TD. So the browser just puts it there. Let's see how it looks, and this is a long shot. If we put both of these in the same damn TD. Okay. Probably wrong. There's a 90% chance it looks wrong. Why? Because it's CSS. Look at that mess. This is why I use the damn TDs. Because otherwise you end up with all this garbage. But the TD is obviously not good, the solution. Anyway, what I'll do anyway is I'm going to put it on the real toolbar soon enough, because that's where it is supposed to be. There's a real toolbar, it's just not enabled in the, and it even has a Spellchecker toggle button that my colleague Malcolm did. It's already there. Right, so that's nice. Now it's just not clickable. Yes, what the hell, man? Come on. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Stupid mistake. Soon we'll get the real toolbar in, and then, yeah, I think we should just put it on the real toolbar. Why? Because making user interfaces in HTML sucks. And the only thing, HTML and CSS, and the only thing more horrible than creating user interfaces in HTML is creating HTML user interfaces using C++ that generates the HTML. So it's like HTML, except you have to wait a minute for your application to build every time you make a tiny change. Alright, yeah, so this is not fun. It's working, that's the important thing. Although it just looks ridiculous, because even with the, okay, let's add a padding there, and let's just check that CSS. You see this control stuff has little paddings and margins, so I think what we need to do TD needs a padding, but that's not gonna look right. Huh? I don't know, whatever, I just want to go to bed, please just, I don't even care if it looks wrong. I do, that's the problem, I do. I'm just saying that I don't, but I do. Yeah, that looks better because they're not overlapping like so disastrously. They're not quite, it's not quite right, but anyway, it's tolerable. That's my standard, my benchmark of acceptability. Is it tolerable? Okay. That's how we built this software for 16 years. Is it tolerable? Ship it. Is it tolerable? Ship the release. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, ABC, spell check. Okay. Now we can't actually see it's doing anything. Oh, there in Afrikaans we can. So there's a couple of ways to toggle it now. From there, or from there. And this explains, requires appropriate files to be installed in your user plugins extensions folder, which doesn't exist. Okay. So I'm going to add a new thing called configure spell checkers. That's the big thing that's going to make it much more user friendly. But now, before I do that, I want to toggle the reader and see what the hell it does, because surely none of this should be initialized in reader. TL database should have it, but not TL reader. So it's kind of like it's that horrible noise. There's so many things making buzzing noises here. It's not the fish tanks, I'll turn them off. And the fish need oxygen, I need to turn them on. That is a fan, it's a fan. Yeah, the fish need some oxygen. Let me just turn off that fan. It's cooling down a bit now, anyway. If not reader, so something like this, but we actually need then two hash includes. One for the application level, but that's going to be confusing. Really confusing. I guess it's okay. I guess. Let's just do that for now and see if it works. Not quite sure about this approach. About this approach, as it'll be on when loading bitload off everything about bitload. The same build, which is weird. Anyway, hash of hash under. Okay. Alright, that should be hash if the code reader, then under the Spellchecker. Okay. But only in the application level. So yeah, that's kind of weird anyway. But now I'm gonna get ready just to commit while that's building. I'm gonna get ready to commit this place change sets. Okay. Oh, that's weird. It's adding the date of 2012-01-19 as its modification date. I guess that's alright, but it's gonna be a bit strange. It might could be... Anyway. I don't actually want to add a new ID, but what the hell. Okay. This is not going to be as far as I wanted it to be. I wanted something where users can download and, you know, but I mean, it's half past 11, I'm really tired. I know I haven't even started on that, and that's a good few hours of work. I could either keep going until 3 o'clock, maybe, but yeah, I feel I need some rest. I'm getting really hot without the fan blowing, wow. Okay, tools, toggle spell checking. So tell reader, it's fine, it's like whatever, right, so let's put that for TLex, put that there, right. Now on this machine, and I think on the other machine, Windows 9, we should start build checks. Really more the other machine than this one. And now, because, or really both actually. One does the beta build, one does the official build test. pjconfig.h is conflicted again. No problem. Literally resolve using those. And then there's one setting we need to change. Imagine you had to build this, but you didn't know that one setting you needed to change. Yeah. Right. And on the beta voltage machine, change 2 small settings, that one, and we enable beta. Comment that out, enable beta. And we just use the commands to be sure that that's all that's this is 947, official build test only. I'm not uploading it. Great, my mouse cursor is invisible on this machine. That helps. There we go, it's back. I don't know why that happened. If you can't go public beta, that looks alright. And this will be 1948. Windows 1948 beta. And this isn't a build test only, but I suspect there'll be build errors. Anyways, now we got 2 build tests running on 2 different machines. And then, yeah, let's just leave those. Main machine, we want to run the stress testers. It may have to do for the day. I do want to add a changelog entry. Beta, and then the current. Oh no, what do you mean sound tool error? Oh shit, man. Damn it. Build failed already. I wonder if I just selected the wrong options. My mouse cursor is invisible, so I can't... What are you doing? No, it's the right options, there's nothing wrong. Okay. Report. I wonder if I can file Hunspell village. Oh, okay. The folders aren't set up. Yeah, straightforward. Then the property manager that I set up earlier, yeah. I think I only need to set up the... I don't think it's an issue clicking back. I need to add this folder as opposed... Oh well, at least it's not the code. And the mouse cursor is invisible. Jesus, what are you doing? Okay. Right, view. Look at the size of the shit. You can't even see what the hell is going on. Okay, no. Just, text size. It's funny. 100%, okay. Log of now. And of course, caps lock is inverted. This is absolutely ridiculous. Nothing works properly. All I have is a VirtualBox inside MSTSC, and it goes into damn connections. Caps lock, hidden mouse issues, caps lock inverted. I mean, it's 2018, this stuff should be sorted. Okay, view, property manager, and then you go to the solution explorer side of things, and you click these, and you go VCC directories, and you just want to add that one little damn directory, and third-party handspell source. Honestly, that's the thing I don't like about especially C++ programming, is it's, you know, you spend 3 weeks just adding little stupid folders to your build path and configuring third-party libraries and building them, and then you can do like half an hour of coding, and then you've got another 3 weeks of same. It's not quite that bad, but sometimes it feels like it. Sometimes it, yeah, I mean, it can be bad sometimes. Literally, you can spend a whole day just doing crap like this. Easily. For a complex application. Anyway, run builds 1949. There. Okay, let's see if it builds now. That one's building, but that's a mistake. This thing shouldn't be open during the build. But it's okay, it's just a build test. I'm not going to actually upload it. Right. The betas I might upload, because it's alright, there I was changing the change log. How about just spellchecking? It's currently probably files into the users settings folder, and feeder under TLex plugins extensions or tlTerm plugins extensions available. Plugins extensions. Follow all of these things if it doesn't seem to work. String language tags codes. Let me doing radially much and the column. This is totally technical, horrible explanation. And the build failed. Error from TL database. I can't keep up with this anymore. I'm done. Okay. I give up. I cannot keep these applications building. I don't give up. I'm just demoralized. Right. That's building up there. I mean, but that doesn't equal TL database yet. So TL database failed. No, it looks like the same problem actually. Oh, I know why it's failing. Very simple. It's just another. Yeah, I know why it's failing. That's nothing. It's just another stupid build setting thing. It's very simple. It's trivial to fix, but the it's the same. These types of niggle, that folder should have that name in the third-party header library. You know, that sort of thing. It's really just such a pain to deal with. Okay, source, one of that. So obviously, I'll just delete some of these things. On disk space is all the world tests and Windows 1950, I believe. Yeah, we reached the 1950s. Right, okay, but not without closing this first. I'm just letting it pause the include files and doing that nonsense. This one's, why am I in two windows? Huh? Am I the... What's going on there? I'm looking at. It says, see, no, that's the username of sign up. Why am I displaying there? I don't understand that. Maybe it's just like the thing that... Oh, I think it's just the thing that pops up when you finish watching a video, maybe. And that video is ended, and or, I don't know, something went wrong there. Refreshing the window fixes it. Okay, or it was the YouTube recommendations or whatever. Okay, so the build's running. Now let's start this remote, this build on this machine. Oh no, take build again. Come on. I feel like I'm in hell. Can you please just let this thing go? I feel like it's cursed. Here's the problem, the damn caps lock is inverted again. That's why the That's why the password was wrong. Build 1951, there we come. Okay. That's a very, very technical explanation. Not user-friendly at all. But it'll do for a start. I don't have the energy to do it properly now. Definitely not up it. Yeah, it's at least a few hours job. I'll have to do it another day, another week, another weekend. That's fine. This is called the Easter update, so I have 4 weeks to get it nice. So I wanted it today, you know. At least there'll be something working that's usable today, but only a real technical person will be able to install it. From that explanation. But what I'll aim to do then is, yeah, within maybe next weekend when I have a gap. I can't wait though. I'll probably be dead soon, but I'm probably looking at next weekend. Then I'll try so I'll test the beta builds if they build, and I'll just test them myself. Give them a quick test to make sure everything seems to work. I'll have to test in XP as well, because I've changed DLLs. There's a risk, yeah, that a lot of stuff could break. But I'll do some testing on those beta builds first, and then upload the beta builds once I've tested them more thoroughly. And I'm not going to upload a new official build in at least a week. I want at least a week or two's user testing on the beta build. on real users. I want to see real users using it. I might even ask, yeah, I'll try to get some real users to use it. Real users. Okay. Reminds me of that joke. What joke? That's how is software like? What? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not good at jokes. I should not even try. Yeah. And yeah, I'll let the monkeys automated stress tests run on it as well some more. Okay, there's no NoSQL database. That's okay, guys. So imagine trying to test all these configurations without automatic build scripts. Unthinkable. Okay, yeah, it's about midnight and I think it's time for me to... I think I'm going to cut my hair if I can stay awake long enough. I feel like, yeah, relax a bit and... maybe bath or shower with rainwater if I can. Yeah. Okay. All this time. Let's look at this. Oh. Oh.